All right, welcome everybody. So today we are trying a new concept where I'm going to go through a deal by the numbers. So all the details of a deal, beginning to end, and just be kind of insight for you. So I hope it helps. Definitely reach out to me and let me know. All right, so the deal we're going through, I mentioned a few interviews back. It was the first time I have sold a house on terms. So this house was a big old historic house, 5 bedrooms, 1 bath, had a small barn in the back. And I got the deal from marketing postcards. So we mailed out postcards, me and a partner, where we shared the marketing expenses, and then whoever kept the deal would pay the other. If neither one of us wanted it, we would wholesale the deal, was the concept. So this house fit my buying criteria. I met with the sellers, talked through their situation, made an offer, and they didn't like it. I made them my standard offer where there was an all cash offer where the price was low, or if they would sell to me on terms, the price is much higher and I would pay them for the house monthly. And the house was paid off, so I thought selling on terms would be what they would prefer, but in the end they wanted all cash even though the price was lower. So it took a while. They said no thanks the first time I'd offered it. About 2 months later they came back and tried to negotiate again. I reaffirmed or confirmed that the cash offer that I had made was the highest I could go. And it was about 2 months later, they came back and said, yes, we're ready to sell. When can you close? So it was about a 4-month process overall. But we ended up buying that house for $34,100, I believe it was. And it wasn't in terrible shape. The exterior was in great shape. The inside was just, not clean, outdated, and hadn't been taken care of for a while. So we bought it all cash. So we bought this deal all cash, $34,100. I used money from a private lender. And so got a loan for $35,000 and used the additional money for cleaning it out. They had left some trash and debris that when they moved, and cleaning out the carpets, pulling up the padding, just getting it ready to be worked on, ready to be rehabbed. And I was really going back and forth between holding it as a rental and selling it on terms. So in the end, I decided that the house, we should try selling it on terms. It was in good shape structurally. Everything worked. The outside cosmetically was very good, but it was a big house that would probably take a lot of maintenance. And inside, the cosmetic work would end up being a fairly decent rehab. And I had other projects going on. I didn't really want to get bogged down in another rehab. So with that private lender, $35,000, the payment to him is interest only in a retirement funds. Interest only is about $205. I think it was $204 and change. So that's the monthly payment to him. So we just did that little bit of clean out work, and then we listed it for sale, where work for equity. So they don't have to pay very much to get in the house, and then it is their house, and so they can do those cosmetic repairs and make it the home that they want. And so we listed it at that they needed to pay $2,900 down. The payment was $837, and that was $575 principal and interest, and the rest was escrow for taxes and insurance. So numbers wise, I didn't pay anything down for the house. The private lender lent all the money. So we received $2,900 down when we sold the house. Cash flow wise, each month we bring in $575 and we pay $205 to the private lender. We don't have any maintenance or management expenses because they are the new owner of the house. And we raised the price. We bought it for $34, did that little bit of work, but then because we were offering it on terms, we listed it for $69. Once they do the cosmetic work, it'll be worth $80 at least. And so we felt like that was fair. They didn't have to spend much to get in the house. They do the work on the house and they'll have equity in the house. So those were the numbers and how it panned out. So for us, we got more money down than we would on a traditional deposit. We had to do less work on the house to sell it than we would have to rent it. And we probably make about the same per month at what, $370. That's probably about what we would make if we had rented it. If we had fixed it up and rented it, the rent would have been $1,100 or $1,200. So the buyer's payment is much lower than rent. The buyer had a very good job. He was just hired as a contractor, contract work, and but high income. And so it is a good fit for him or his family because they can do the work, get in the house, and it can be theirs. So that's the breakdown numbers wise. We got $2,900 down, $370 a month, and built in there about $35,000 in equity because we bought it all cash distressed and sold it on terms. So those are the numbers. In a real world person scenario, we had a seller who was distressed. They couldn't take care of the house and they were behind on property taxes. We had somebody who had bought that property tax lien and was ready to foreclose on the house. So we helped them out of their situation, gave them money to move to where they wanted to be closer to family. And then our buyer, they were very excited to have their own home with a large yard and a barn, and they were ready to raise animals. And when I met them at the closing table, they kept talking about how much better it was going to be for their family life. So numbers world, I think it worked out very well. I like the model as just another way to increase cash flow. And I like the fact that it didn't include rehab and didn't slow us down. Real world model with people. Everybody was helped. Seller was happy. Private lender was happy. Buyer was happy. So it was good there as well. All right. So I hope that helps you. I hope it's beneficial to see the numbers and how it breaks down. And if you have any questions about seller financing, how it works, what documents you use, reach out to me, let me know, put it in the comments or send me an email, chad@truewealthinvestors.com.